Hey guys, welcome back to GIMP does the Witchery mod, and today guys we are looking at a bit more of the advanced herbology. Hi guys, it's Gimptastic Matt and welcome to advanced herbology. So guys, if you remember what we did back in the first episode, which was basic herbology, we made Mutandis. Here's the recipe right here. And with the Mutandis we could mutate vanilla Minecraft plants into witchery plants, so glintweed, ember moss, snowbell, belladonna, mandrake, water artichoke and Spanish moss. These were the ones that you could make with Mutandis. And I would recommend that most of these actually, the glintweed, ember moss, I think, and the Spanish moss have to be picked up with shears. And so to do the rest of this advanced stuff, guys, I'd recommend that you pick up as much Spanish moss as you can, because it will also be used when we get round to making poppets. Right. So the rest of these plants will require Mutandis extremis, which is the upgraded version of Mutandis. You make this with 8 Mutandis surrounding 1 Neverwort. That will give you 8 Mutandis extremis. And then if you surround an Ent twig, which you should have by now if you've been collecting alder saplings and rowan saplings, you surround that with, I've put 2 for some reason, but you only need 1 Mutandis extremis, so 8 all the way around will give you the mutating sprig. So guys, once you have your mutating sprig, its basic, very basic uses are it will turn grass blocks into mycelium and mycelium into grass blocks. It will also turn soil or dirt blocks that are underwater into clay. Cool guys. Right. That is its basic uses. But the first plant from the advanced herbology that we're going to make are critter snares. Now critter snares are used to catch small creatures which are then used in other recipes. So the small creatures that you can capture are bats, small slimes and silverfish. And this is done, guys, by you need to dig out an X shape in the ground and go 1 deep in the middle. And put a bucket of water in there. It has to be still water, not running, so that's the best way to do it. Above the water, place a spider web which can be picked up with shears, and around the outside of it you need to place 4 alder saplings. Now that's the easy bit, guys. The hard bit is you need to attract a zombie to get stuck inside the web. We haven't got time to do that, so we're going to just spawn one in and let him fall on there. Cool. Now once you've done this, guys, you need to right click on the spider web with your mutating sprig. And that will consume the zombie in the spider web and give you 4 critter snares. Excellent. So, the next one, guys, is the grasper. To make the grasper, you need to dig out the same hole as this, an X with a hole in the bottom with still water. Above the water, you need to place a vanilla Minecraft chest. And on 4 sides you need to use shears, pick up some grass and place 4 pieces of grass around the chest. And then shift right clicking with the sprig will give you 4 graspers. And graspers are used in a lot of the other recipes, guys, and it will also hold items for you. You right click on them, it will hold items, and you right click them again and the item pops out. Cool, so that is graspers. The next one we're going to make is the leech chest. So, this one is slightly different. You do the X, but this time underneath the 4 of the points, you have to place still water. In the middle you leave a solid block, and on top of that you place a trapped chest. And facing the trapped chest in each edge of them points are vines. Again, guys, shift right click on the chest will give you a leech chest. Cool. Now the leech chest is used in the poppet part of the mod. It acts like any other chest. You can put things in it. It doesn't matter. But what most people who don't do the Witchery mod won't know is that it stores a blood sample of the last 3 people who have opened it, and that can be collected with a tag lock kit, which we'll look at in the episode when we look at poppets. Cool. And so, if you think the leech chest and people know about it and they'll avoid it, the next sneaky step up is the blood rose. So, to make the blood rose, you do your X with the still water in the middle. You place your leech chest above the water and put on 4 sides of it a vanilla Minecraft rose. You do a shift right click on the chest, and that will give you blood roses. Now these can be picked up with shears. I'm not sure if they can be picked up by breaking them by hand. And these can be placed around, and any creature or player that comes in contact with them, it will collect 1 blood sample, which can be collected with the tag lock kit, which again we'll look at in the poppet episode. These 2 are the only 2 that will be helpful for the poppet episode, but we may actually go over them again when we get to the poppet episode. Cool, guys. The next thing we're going to make are wild brambles. So this one requires a different hole again. It requires a 3x3 hole, and then the 4 holes dug out as where the water is, and you need to place still water in them, and a sand block in the middle. On the 4 corners you need 4 graspers, 2 holding blaze powder and 2 holding bone meal. And then the spare spaces you need to place Spanish moss. Now the cactus, I believe, can go up to 16 blocks high, and 1 right click will change it all. So we'll go in there and right click on the cactus, and that will consume everything except the graspers, which you can recollect, and give you wild bramble. Now wild bramble, I'm in creative mode now, and if you can't tell, will cause damage to any mob or player that passes through them, and can only be broken with a golden axe. Right, guys. The next one up is the ender bramble. It's the same, similar dig out as this, except we keep a grass block in the middle. And you have the graspers will hold 4 ender pearls, and the Spanish moss is the same. And in the middle you put sugarcane, which again can go up to 16 blocks high, and it will do that with one hit of the mutating sprig will give you 16 ender brambles. So we'll right click that, and that is ender bramble. Now ender bramble is different to wild bramble, as in any mob or player that touches it will be teleported randomly within 500 blocks. I'm not going to do it now, guys, because it's going to be a pain, but that's basically what it does. And then if you're extraordinarily rich in resources, you can upgrade your ender bramble to a void bramble, which is the top tier really of the plants. And that is 4 drops of luck, 2 mutandis extremis, 2 nether stars, and an ender bramble, and that will give you void bramble. Now void bramble has exactly the same properties as the ender bramble, that any person that comes in contact with it will be teleported randomly within 500 blocks. It's not just that, it also nullifies any circle magic. So if you had a void bramble in your house, circle magic cannot be placed within 32 blocks of the center. So it's a good way of protecting your house from people putting nasty spells on you. And that's it, guys. That is the next tier of Herbology, and as you can see we're still spreading here. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys. If you have any questions concerning any of the individual spells to make these things, because they can be a bit tricky and they are quite fiddly to get it perfect, because sometimes anything wrong and it will not work. But there you go. Cool. I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. This has been Advanced Herbology, and I will see you next time.